managed to get Michael Quay Jr., who of course is the NPP candidate for Dome Kwabenya, the largest constituency in Ghana, where results are being disputed. Blessed, take it away. Right, Blessed, if you can hear us, please, we'd love to catch up with your interaction with Michael Quay Jr., so please take it away.
Well, Kojo Yankson, it's been over 17 hours spending time combing across the Dome Kwabenya constituency, one of the largest areas in terms of the political demarcations within Ghana. And I must say that it's been a peaceful exercise, just to confirm that indeed we've been monitoring from the start. But towards the end now, it's becoming, tension is mounting up, I should say, between the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party. Traditionally, this is a known NPP safe zone. Just when I was speaking to the NPP's parliamentary candidate, he indicated to me in the morning. But as of now, the results have not been declared. And that's because supporters of the National Democratic Congress have massed up at the coalition center. They are agitated, indicating that their candidate has won. But there was a press conference hours ago by the executives of the New Patriotic Party where they indicated to us that they have some more pink sheets in their possession, which by doing their own coalition, they still believe that they're in the firm lead. And that's why we want to, get some clarity on this matters. Let's speak to the NPP's candidate, because we've not heard from him in a while. So let's find out what the situation is and what's accounting for this, tension building up within the Dome Kwabenya area. So Michael Quay Jr. is with us. Good evening to you, sir, and such a pleasure to be with you again.
Good evening and good day to your viewers. This is Joy News, right?
Yes, Joy News, right. And when I met you earlier, you told me that this is a safe zone or safe haven for the New Patriotic Party. Has that changed?
Well, for now, we can see that the numbers have dwindled. It happens. You can win a seat by even 1. I remember someone winning by 3, and we used to call him MP3. So whatever the slimmest of margins, a win is still a win.
Do you believe that Michael Quay Jr. is the one leading, or perhaps going to be declared now as the winner of the Dome Kwabenya seat?
Well, as of the time where the EC officially stopped, we were in the lead, slight as it may be. But most importantly, there were a few matters that needed resolution. And this is where we are today with all this chaos. But I want to give viewers a brief narrative so that they understand what the problems are. Everything was fine. They finished the election. Everybody goes to their collation center. You start to get your pink sheets whilst you're doing your home collation. You gather everything to a certain extent because it's the biggest constituency in Ghana. So you need to gather your pink sheets before you move to the collation center, which we all got there about midnight. So we get to the collation center, everything is fine, all is well. But obviously, we want to be working on some of the pink sheets. So whatever batch we finished, now it's midnight. We take that, they start the entry, and then we bring the rest. My pink sheet is my pink sheet. It doesn't change the EC's figures. It's just my verification of what the EC has. Around 2 o'clock, our team walks in with some extra pink sheets. Some people start protesting downstairs that why are we bringing pink sheets to the place? And we say it's our pink sheets. We can bring it in whenever we want. Nobody has stopped us from possessing our own. In fact, we can refuse to bring it and we don't have a case. We thought everything was under control. The people actually storm not the park, the inside of the collation center, snatch our papers from us and run away right in front of the police. I mean, can you imagine that?
But then I recall that afterwards.
So they ran away, and after an hour or so, the police managed to track them down after we virtually said, look, if they're going to do that, then we're going to have to truncate the process. They bring the pink sheet back. We don't get all of them. Fine. We are going to deal with the presidential. So we're dealing with it, and then the concession by Dr. Baumia is made. So we are fine. We understand in politics, you either win or you lose. When you lose, you make a lovely concession speech and you wish the other person good luck. We are in the same boat now. If we lose, we'll concede and let Ghana move on. But if we have won, we don't want anybody to intimidate anybody, because they should rather than tell Ghana that if I lose, I'll also concede and tell my supporters to go home. That is what we should have. Now, the process starts, the concession happens. Then we're supposed to move to the parliamentarian, because the EC says this is of no consequence now. We can deal with it later by just tabulation. He said that's fine. Just as the process is about to start, the NDC start protesting again that if John Mahama has won, why are we dealing with the parliamentary collation and that they've also won the parliamentary? Is that how it works? No.
So I guess it's about numbers then.
So yes. That is it. It's not even about numbers.
Yeah,
it's about trying
because
to
you would have to win with the numbers.
Yeah, you had the process, which is not acceptable to us.
But you had your figures, as you're saying.
Yeah, we had our figures.
But by
we are
what
not
margin?
Even talking about our figures now.
Right.
We are saying that the work must start. The collation must start at the collation center. Right. They have no right to tell us that the collation will stop because John Mahama has won. This is parliamentary. And there are many instances where a parliamentarian can win and the presidential candidate will lose.
Okay, but so that's why I'm asking that you have done your own coalition by now, because it's been more than 17 hours. Going with your own figures.
I want to make this clear. I want to make this very clear, because others have spoken. I also want to speak on the matter. We say no. So the process is continuing. We are leading up till when the process got a very long way. I'm talking about 85% done. 90% done. All of a sudden, the NDC say the EC say they need some extra material to cross-check a few things. So they talk to the NPP, talk to NDC, and we all agree that that material should be brought from the EC's premises. So MPP Agent 2, NDC Agent 2, EC representatives, and the police go and bring it. Can you believe that when we get into the car park with the material, the people over there say they are not going to allow any material in there, and before anybody can say anything about it, they grab the material, break it, and burn it? I'm sure I've heard about that. They burnt the ballot boxes in the car park. You saw it, right? When you got there.
You're telling me you're counting now. So here's what
you need to.
Here's what I want us to do. But
no,
ultimately,
I'm coming. No, there's a story to tell.
Right. Yeah.
I want to say that we can't have a process where when we are counting ballot boxes and we agree to go and bring materials, you seize the materials from the EC, public property, and burn it. That is not acceptable.
So let's talk about...
Wait, and after that, even the NDC chairman, so embarrassed, was coming down to find an opportunity to tell them to relax, because this is legal. There's nothing wrong with it. Right.
But
he has been beaten to pulp. My brother, you need to let me tell Ghanaians the story. Right. He has been beaten to pulp, and an ambulance has taken him to the hospital. Their own NDC chairman, a situation of Edroboni Biano, Ebibekawano. So this is very unfortunate. We are not happy about it. The process is truncated, and eventually everything is calm. The police say they're in control, so we continue the process. Right.
I was just about asking about the numbers.
The numbers. I need to.
I see you have quite a lot on you.
No, I need to land. Mm-hmm. As the counting is going on for the final time, the NDC break ranks. All of them come upstairs, beating police people, beating EC officials, beating up agents, beating up even some of the NDC agents. Then they take all the material there and destroy it. Luckily, the EC went to hide most of the stuff. But everybody scattered, including the police and the EC. The police themselves, and we are talking witness, they had to pretend some people were injured to be able to escape. Now, we all left because the place was not safe. I am surprised to hear that the EC has regrouped without inviting us and telling us that the place is now safe, so we may come and we can tell them what we have to tell them. They are doing the collation with only NDC present. That is not acceptable to us. We will continue from where the issue was stopped when the commotion happened. My brother, do you think this is right? So we need to address these issues, that you cannot have a collation center where EC and police are not even safe.
Right. I was just going to point to the press conference you did earlier, your party held earlier. The indication was that you had done some, considerable number of coalition, which indicates that the NPP has indeed won the Dome Kwabenya seat. That's what I was going to ask you about in terms of numbers. Do you have your numbers ready?
Yes, we have our numbers ready.
And by what margin are you?
NPP, but you see, one thing that we don't want to create problems with, we are decent citizens, is that we don't want to come and start throwing numbers out there. Because once you do that, then it means you've declared. But we have tallied and we have won. And not only have we tallied and we have won, we have tallied and we were in the lead when the EC stopped. The figures were about 50,800 and I think 32 or so for us. And they were also about a few behind us. I don't remember the exact figures because that is not important. But EC have it on screen. And after that screen, how can they then go and add anything else? We will not accept that. Ever. In fact, as you were there interviewing them just about 10 minutes ago, which I know you have, I was watching on Joy News. They were telling you that they are tired, and if the EC doesn't declare for their candidate, there will be mayhem. They have no right to threaten anybody. Because when we got there, we came with our supporters, decent people, we came with some security. We didn't know that people were going to take land guards from all over the country, 500 or so, who are going to beat up police, beat up EC. Can you imagine if right now I also mobilize 500 land guards and they get there?
Well, we want peace. That's what we want.
And that is why, as a responsible citizen, I won't do that.
Right. So will you go back?
I won't amass anybody there. Right. But they have no right to tell us that if the EC doesn't declare for NDC, they will cause mayhem. What's the word we're using?
Will you go back? Will your agents go back to the coalition center? Because if they don't go back, the process will be...
No. Right. It's not if they don't go back. The process will be halted. The process will be halted. We have reported the issue. And we have been told, yes, the process is going to be dealt with. Why? Because the place was not safe. You know, when our agents, the thing happened and it started coming up, they told us that, you know what, under the circumstances, then we have to move everything in terms of the sheets, not the ballot, to the region and look at it. If there's any problem, then we bring a box. Because, you know, for example, if there's overvoting or whatever, that particular box will be looked at. Or under the circumstances that the EC's papers have burnt and some of our papers have been stolen, if we can't reconcile, then the judge will, for example, say, okay, maybe there should be a rerun of that polling station or there should be something else. It's not something I want. I want the way the figures are because we're winning. So let it stay like that. But any information that will give us to create amicable solutions in Ghana, we will do. So I don't understand why people are standing there. You say you've won. If you've won, let the EC do the tabs and the tabulation in front of both parties. That is what is legal.
And here's where some experts say the two of you would have to show maturity. Have you extended some, hand to the NDC candidate? Have you spoken to her just to try and find cool heads now?
Oh, I've not had the opportunity, but I can use your medium to say, hello, Elik Plim. I hope you're having a lovely day, but easy. Calm down. An election is just votes, counting, tabulation, and declaration. It's not the end of the world. If you don't win, and sometimes you can win by just one vote, you can lose by 2 votes. It happens to all of us. You know, I've been through a similar situation before, so I know how painful it is. That was my second time. This is the second time, so maybe if she goes through that, she must accept it. But we will not be held to ransom, and the EC must not be scared. In fact, one of the reasons why the EC was forced to start, they said openly to the hearing of others who were there that they are worried that if they try to transport the material to region, the mob will attack them. If you can't keep EC property safe, how can you even guarantee the safety of us if you even called us? And we will say, no, we cannot come now. It's dark, it's night. Keep all the things in the police station, and tomorrow put us all together in a safe place and we do the counting. That is what should happen. And that is what we're asking for.
You are a lawyer as well, so you understand, the openings within the law. The argument is being made now that the presiding presiding officer could go ahead and do a declaration.
The district director has run away?
Without your.
Are you aware that the district officer has run away? He has run away from the center, and now it's his deputy who is taking that decision that he is going to continue the coalition.
But I'm saying that within the opening of the law, that could be done. A declaration could be done, and you would only have
the declaration should be done by the district director. He's the boss. So why the district director, who is the returning officer for the parliamentary, right? But if even he cannot come there, he was there all the time. He ran away, and he's not back, and we are not there. And who is collecting what? I don't understand. That is not acceptable to us. So any declaration there will be null and void in the first place. They shouldn't put us in a situation where this has to go to court, because after declaration, there's nothing else can do but go to court. We don't need that. They should wait. Let us all sit down and finish the work that has been done so successfully for over 85%. That is what we are asking for.
Will you ever go to court if it gets there?
Oh, but my brother, I mean, you can imagine if something is done illegally and we want to declare it ultra virus, then of course we have no option than to go to court. But we don't want it to get there. We just want elections to be won at the polling station and at the collation center. We have our results. They have theirs. The EC has theirs. Let us do the comparative analysis and let this thing be over. But we will not be intimidated by anybody to say that if you don't declare in our favor, we won't let you leave here. The EC should get more police. They must get men with hard helmets. They must get men with guns. They must get men with water tank spray, hot water spray, and go and keep Ghana safe and peaceful. Otherwise, whether now or in future, we will say that the police were not able to protect us like they've told us. Dan Praya has told us, don't go and create any fight, the police will work. What will happen? We have no choice than to mobilize. But I'm a responsible citizen, and I would not want to toe that line. But where my agents are being beaten and collation is being done in my absence, I will not tolerate that in future.
But I mean, to be loose about this, we're all tired, isn't it? We've been here for more than 17 hours. I can see that you've also been worked out.
Because even the election finished around 5 o'clock.
How long are you willing to go? Because everything is accessible.
Oh, but come on, a marathon is a marathon. If that's what we have to do, we have to do that. Because after all, an election is not a sprint. So at the end of the day, it's not about how long the process takes, but it's how well it's done. And Dome Kwabenya being the biggest constituency, things delayed. There's been more confusion. If the NDC didn't want us to have this situation, they shouldn't have mobilized. You know what happened? Sami Jainfi said on radio and TV, I think even Joy, that all NDC people should mobilize at the collation centers. This is what has started the problem. So they should demobilize. And everybody should just wait for the process to work as long as it takes, and the right thing is going to be done.
And this might be the final one. How do you respond to the call that, how do you respond to the call that, well, nationally, your candidate, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has conceded? So that's sort of demoralizing the base of the MPP, and that's trickling down here. Because you see only NDC supporters at this coalition center. Why are your people not going there as well?
Do I look demoralized to you? No, I'm not demoralized. My issue is that we didn't want a confrontation because it's not in the interest of Ghana. My brother, if I go and bring 500 like land guards, we won't be having the 4 shootings you are reporting, would we? All because of an election? A responsible citizen doesn't do that. We expect the police to handle this. Pink sheets being stolen, EC officials and vehicles being vandalized. After that, they come upstairs and beat up everybody, and you want us to collate under these circumstances? How does that make sense? So I think that we need to sit down, and in any case, they should have called us, had a meeting with me or my representatives before the process will start. They have no right to go and start the process in our absence. That does not smell of fairness, and we will not accept it.
Have you triggered this to the national level of the New Patriotic Party? Because your General Secretary held a press conference, a couple of hours ago. Are there some, considerations at that level on what the next step will be?
Our party works in chronology. So we've triggered it with the regional. The regional chairman was there. I don't know if you saw him there earlier. The regional organizer also came to see me. So the regional level is aware, and I hope that the regional level will then move it chronologically to the national level. That's how the party works.
Going forward, there are scores of people within the constituency watching us now. What message would you like to leave them with as we wrap up this conversation?
Peace be unto everyone. By the grace of God, we have won, and we're looking forward to serving the people of Dome Kwabenya.
and I'm grateful. We wait to see what the outcome will be. You see the supporters of Michael Kwabenya Jr. happy and, of course, indicating that they have won. But we're grateful for your time. Thank you, Michael Kwabenya Jr., for talking to us exclusively here on the Joy News channel. So we still wait to see what the Electoral Commission of Ghana will say about the situation within the Dome Kwabenya constituency. Blessed Soga, and reporting within the Dome Kwabenya constituency is over to you guys back in the studio.